Hi, everybody. Margot Levette. I am here with Black Women's Network. We are getting ready to go into this huge celebration. It is year 40 for this marvelous organization. I can't even get the words out, but I'm here with the president, Shawn LaReBrinkley. And first, before we even have a conversation, she is going to give a formal invitation to you how to come to our event. ShawnLaRe.
Hello, beautiful ladies out there. I am so excited to be able to invite you to our 40th year celebration as we do our 38th Breakfast Forum. And this is an opportunity for you to come together and smile, wear your finest, and just be a part of the magic that I promise you will be in the room. In fact, it will be in the entire area because you know what it's like when a group of like-minded sisters get together and shine their brilliance and beauty. You will have vendors to get your shop on. You will have a beautiful breakfast. You will have edutainment because we don't want to just entertain you. We want to provide you with some education. So there will be food for your mind, your body, and your spirit, as well as amazing speakers. And right now, that's all on the hush because we want you to be surprised and excited as you come into the room. But I promise you, BWN has a history of bringing you the best in politics and entertainment on the stage. And I just know you will be wowed, and I know that your soul will be fed. So please join us on Saturday, October 26th at the Proud Bird. You will not regret it.
All right. You heard it from our president, Shawn LaReBrinkley. We are going to take a moment to have a conversation with you. All right, madam?
Absolutely.
Now that you have been formally invited to this wonderful event, we're going to hear from the president of this great and marvelous organization that's been around much longer than most. Shawn LaRe, you're president. And as president of BWN, I want you to tell us how relevant is BWN in 2019?
Oh, Margot, absolutely. So the organization is going into, as we stated, our 40th year. But in 2019, Black Women's Network is just as relevant as it was when those sisters got together in a small room and decided that this was an important thing to do, because we are still about sisterhood first and foremost. Part of our mantra is the word sisters, and that acronym is Sisters in Service to Enhance Resource Sharing. And so we come together to help, again, like-minded women have a place to celebrate I make up words, so our who we are-ness in a space where we can feel safe and excited and elevated and learn from one another and feed one another what we need to continue to do what we do. It's a space for entrepreneurs to come together and learn more about some of the struggles and the victories of being an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, many times we don't have a great big staff, so sometimes we may work solo. But when you have a room full of women who are in the fight, in the struggle, in the victories with you, then it's a beautiful thing that happens. And so we are currently, when your organization is 40 years old, of course you have those pioneers who were there in the beginning. And as those women have learned what it's like to be in business for themselves, they can share that and those experiences that they've had, some of the pitfalls, to help some of the newer women coming along the entrepreneurial journey or, the professional journey, because everyone is not cut out to be a business owner, but still we work in businesses. Everything is a business. And so we have the opportunity to learn from others. And so we are inviting younger women to come and join into our forces, because that's a win-win situation where those young women learn from some of the women who have been around a little bit longer, the more seasoned sisters, if you will. But us seasoned sisters learn from the younger women, what's going on in the world today? What are some of the things that they're faced with that may be different from what we were faced with at the time that we might have started our business or started our professional journey? So it's relevant in that it's always important to honor who you are and to celebrate others and to give back. And that is the core of what Black Women's Network does. And those are the principles on which it was founded.
I hear what you're saying, and I totally agree. And another thing that came to my mind is that the ladies are genuine. When you say that sisters in service to serve, there's a lot of servitude there. There is a lot of information and knowledge. And the millennials, if we want to go ahead and have the millennials versus the boomers and that type of thing, everything's on equal playing ground when you attend one of the BWN meetings. So that's what caught my heart and my mind when I was there. Let me ask you a question. What caught your eye when it was time for you to come through those doors and you were a visitor visiting BWN for the first time? What made you decide to become a member and then even go on to become president?
Well, Margot, I first was introduced to BWN at the breakfast. And when I walked into the room, I knew immediately that I was at home. And I was excited to be in a room with so much energy and so much beauty and so much of everyone allowing themselves to just be their genuine selves and celebrate one another. There was, this feeling of family, and I always love to hear from amazing speakers. And so when I left, at the end of the day, I left feeling so elevated and so excited and driven to go out and apply some of what was given to me that day. And of course, I'm a shopper, so I loved the vendors and the unique, wares that they bring, and all of the kind of the soul that was felt throughout the room. Yeah. And so I left there just feeling empowered,
That's what that breakfast is all about, to make women feel the power within themselves and around them. And you offer them resources when they attend that breakfast. The resources are just an arm's length away. Am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the wonderful thing about it is, sisters are able to say, well, you know what, I can't help you with that, but let me introduce you to my sister over here because that's her field of expertise. And so there's no crabs in a barrel mentality going on. Everyone is trying to lift someone else up. Everyone is trying to help people get where they need to be and find who they need to talk to. And I found that when I visited the meeting, the Saturday meeting, it was the same kind of energy and spirit. So I must say that I attended the breakfast many years before I actually joined. And then I said, well, why haven't you joined? Probably because afterwards I was out there shopping so much or something. But when I did join, then I started attending the meetings regularly. And again, it was always the same kind of spirit.
Mm-hmm. That's what people are looking for. The same. When we attend one meeting, is it always going to be this way? Is the model always going to be this way? That the way it's laid out, is it always going to be this way? So I'm glad that you brought that up. People are always asking about that. As president, where are you taking this awesome organization and preserving and even making larger the legacy? Where do you see us next year, the year after that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have the great gift of serving as president with being surrounded by women who have been there from the onset. And so much of what I see as a vision has always been a part of the vision. I just think it's timing. And so I feel like now we are in the space where more and more women are starting to feel comfortable owning who they are and owning every ounce of their being. And so I want BWN to continue to be that beacon of light that sort of shines the pathways to your who you are-ness, and helping women to actually take the pearls that they come with and kind of shine them up a little bit and learn more about themselves as well as what they want to do. And, you know, some women are coming into a time in their lives where they're either realizing that what they've been doing hasn't been serving them, or maybe have retired and realize that they may have retired, but they're not ready to go out to pasture. And so giving women a place to explore and be able to find their next steps. In addition, I think that we are always looking to reach and bring forward. And so the way that the way that we have kind of operated has always been one of wanting more for the next generation. And so as I am the tail end of the boomers, I barely squeaked in as a boomer, but I want to look out for the Gen Xers and look out for the millennials who live in an entirely different world than the world in which I grew up. And so it is nothing for a millennial to strike out on her own. But the thing about it is when we're young like that, we may be striking out on our own, but we may not have that path kind of, figured out yet. So being able to help them kind of plan their own journeys, and then also teaching the spirit of giving back, which is something that I think was kind of missed in some of those later generations. They weren't necessarily raised with the same values that some of us older, more seasoned sisters were raised with. And that's not their fault. It's the world in which we live now. So actually refocusing and repurposing the vision and helping us to get back to serving youth and girls in particular who have maybe not had a woman in her life that has been a guiding light for her. And so we have women who are just, able to mentor these women, these young women, giving them some of that empowering conversation that they may not have had. Every child wasn't blessed to grow up with someone who celebrated her or who taught her how to celebrate herself. And so I think it's important that once you've reached this place where many of the women of BWN are, that we reach down to some of these younger sisters and help them find their way and see their way. And so some of the programming that we're looking for is to work with organizations that work with girls who have a history of human sex trafficking. To help them find and remember that they're still beautiful and that what happened to them is not who they are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's heavy work, but heavy lifting type work, but it has to be done. Mm-hmm. And I agree, BWN is up for the challenge. You speak of celebrating who you are. And when I think about the breakfast, the conference coming up, it truly is a celebration of all Black women, what we do, where we've been, and where we're going. And I love you, Shawn LaReBrinkley.
I love you,
Madam President. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for keeping us on course. Thank you for keeping us relevant so that we'll be a lighthouse for those that still have to find their way to us. So I thank you for that. So once again, will you please, and just in case somebody just kind of slipped out the room for a minute, invite them once again to this marvelous breakfast?
With pleasure. Absolutely. So whatever your calendar says, please clear October 26th, beginning at 10 a.m. And you might want to come early because I'm hearing stories that things will be buzzing from 9 o'clock on. So get yourselves to Aviation Boulevard, to the Proud Bird, and celebrate with us our breakfast forum, which is a day of sisterhood, edutainment, elevation. And I want to see your effervescent smiles and faces in the room. So please don't miss this, where we will be celebrating our 38th Breakfast Forum and our 40th year of serving women, Black women.
Amazing.
So please be there.
And this is called, I think the conference this year is Black Girl Magic.
Yes, yes. Let me see if I can remember the whole title. Okay, I can't.
No worries whatsoever. You have filled us with much knowledge and warmly invited those who will visit this YouTube channel. So thank you so very much. And you know what? I will see you at the breakfast, President Shawn LaReBrinkley.
Thank you. And Margot, may I do one thing?
Yes.
May I hold up the flyer for the conference? Because because our PR and community and PR representative would not be happy with me if I did not. So just 1 second.
All right.
See, I know it's right here.
And if something comes up and you can't get it, I have a mock-up version of it that I can probably pull up on the shared screen. Just let me know.
Oh, do that. Go ahead and do that.
All right, let me share this out. That's okay. And this is on, let's see, this is on the, here we go. This is on the BWN Black Women's, not Black Women, Black Women's Network on the website. So go on over, information is there, tell you how to get your tickets, where to go. The parking indeed is free. Be there because you just don't want to miss this. So Shawn LaRe, thank you so very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Margot. Appreciate you even more.
All right. Well, we will see each other at the breakfast.
Absolutely.
All right.
Love y'all.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.